Guys, I'm teaming up with my good friend, retired Navy SEAL Jocko Willnick for something real special. Jocko started Jocko Fuel when he found out the supplements he was buying for himself and his family were filled with heavy metals and ingredients he was unaware of. He wanted a line of supplements and consumables that had all of the good, effective ingredients and none of the bad. So we made it happen. I got set up with all of the key products, and we want to do the same for you. Jocko Go energy drinks for clean, sustainable energy. Jocko Milk Protein for 30 grams of delicious grass-fed protein, plus a full line of supplements to support mood, focus, hydration, joints, and more. Jocko Fuel supplements are scientifically formulated and made with ingredients that are clinically tested. They are better for you options with no artificial flavors or sweeteners, no added sugar, and no gray area ingredients or banned substances. It's clean fuel with health compromise. And right now, you can get 20% off when you use code CHAEL at jockofuel.com. Or if it's easier, just click on the link below. Attempt to imagine this, okay? Francis Ngannou has a commodity, which is the performance. That is the same monetizable commodity that all of the other interchangeable mediocrities within this industry possess. They got one way to entertain you. They got one way to make money, which they're going to do 3 times a year, which is to go in and throw punches and kicks at one another and have punches and kicks thrown back at them. And for the life of them, no matter how many times they knock somebody else down or how many times they fall down themselves, they cannot understand why they can't sell out an arena. They can't understand why they can't get on SportsCenter. They can't understand why they can't get pay-per-view points. They just can't understand the business side of it. They can't understand why sponsors aren't coming in. They can't understand why their line at the county fair isn't looped around the corner for autographs. They just don't understand it. And then the few guys that do, the few guys that move the needle, who matter? They keep the industry, keep the lights on for everybody else, have other ways to entertain you besides the performance. There's your difference, right there. There's your difference. It's not about making Olympic teams. It's not about winning Abu Dhabi. It's not about who came through King of the Cage and Gladiator Challenge. The guys that stand out and that get remembered didn't have more power. They didn't have more speed. They didn't have a better manager. They didn't have flashier hair and different sunglasses. They had an ability to entertain you, and they had a commodity that they could monetize aside from the performance itself, okay? It's important that you understand this concept because Muhammad Ali did. He's the one that started it. Floyd Mayweather did, but he didn't understand it early in his career. Money Mayweather understood it early in his career, but Pretty Boy Floyd didn't. He recognized it, but he didn't. Conor McGregor did. Just to share with you, okay? There's a meaningful difference because Tyson Fury goes into that same category. Tyson Fury one day looks at himself in the mirror and says, hey, you know what? For the $50 that my fans are giving me, my fans around the world are pitching in to see me throwing punches at somebody is not enough. I owe them more. For the time that it takes to set up the cameras and bring in the crew, to do a press conference, to do a weigh-in, to do a stare-down, to do a media tour, me answering yes and no questions, or me telling them I'm going to do my talking in the ring, or that I've got a great game plan, or my footwork, or my reach, or my height advantage, or anything else that has been made up in this industry because it's so damn boring, isn't enough. I need to do more. You know, Mike Tyson was one of the great attractions of my lifetime. The Rock, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Hulk Hogan, Mike Tyson. My entire lifetime. And Mike brought something else to the table where Mike did not need words. He was terrifying. His backstory was terrifying. The less we knew, the better. He was from Brooklyn. We're off to a good start. He looks scary. We're off to a good start. He got brought into a boxing gym. His trainer passed away, rest his soul. I'm just sharing with you like these little things that we knew we were able to create ideas and images of Mike Tyson that made him a special attraction. His uppercut and his hook and his time with Khamzat might have made him a good boxer. Good boxers don't main event, they don't sell out, and they don't get rich. That's a falsity in your mind. Good attractions do. Now, Mike was so effective. He was putting away opponents so fast. The walk to the ring was longer. The singing of the national anthem was longer. Don King being a carnival barker and attempting to entertain the people after he just took $50 of their money, or thousands of dollars if you were live in attendance, for less than 3 minutes of sport, became a problem. And they came out. Don King was one of them, right, as a recognizable face. The president of DirecTV, the president of Time Warner, Cox, different distributors came out and they said, look, here's the deal. We're going to charge you the same amount for Mike Tyson's next fight. But if it doesn't go beyond the first round, we're going to give you half of it back. That deal, to my understanding, has never been made prior and has never been made since. Mike's greatness became a problem. They didn't know how they were going to sell tickets. He was too good. It was too quick. So they said, we're going to charge you the same. We got no hand in this. Just so you know, if Mike puts him away in the first round, when your bill comes, we're automatically, and we'll take half of it off. So I share this with you because Mike didn't have a way to extend that entertainment. Mike had something special. He was terrifying. He was attraction. He got away with it. That's my point. Mike got away with it. Like, don't attempt to use him as the example to prove my premise wrong. You take somebody like Tyson Fury. Tyson's going to give you a walkout. He's going to give you a performance. And he's thinking the entire time about entertaining, right? He knows good and well he can get up on 3, but it's a lot more dramatic if he pops up like The Undertaker on 8, right? Like, there's just things that he's going to do to entertain you because he decided the punches weren't enough. When the entire fight is over, he's going to bring his beautiful wife in there and he's going to grab the microphone and he's going to sing to her. I mean, that's unheard of. Imagine Michael Jordan grabbed the mic and sang, serenaded his wife. This is special stuff. Imagine Kobe, imagine Tiger Woods. I mean, just by example, right? Like, make sure you understand what you're looking at when Fury does it. It's a huge deal. Can you even imagine what I'm saying? Mike Jordan after Game 7 grabs the microphone, unpromised, unprovoked, and starts singing and does a sing-along with the audience. This is good stuff. But so many people will watch Fury. They'll want to be like Fury. They'll want to be a draw like Fury. They'll want to be remembered like Fury. They'll want the questions of Fury. They'll want the press conferences. They'll want the money of Fury. And they think to do it, I got to box like Fury. They're not understanding. The key to it is to have something that is marketable and monetizable, aside from the commodity, which is your performance. Now, I tell you these things because Francis Ngannou shows up to the press conference today opposite Anthony Joshua. Now, Joshua is the epitome of boring. And I don't mean to give Joshua too hard of a time. But if there's ever a guy that doesn't get it, right? But he fell over backwards. He fell into millions of dollars. He fell into championships. He fell into fame. He's going to be looking at me going, Chael, who are you to give me advice? Right? I mean, that's going to be the situation. But if you copy him and you go do what he did, you're not going to get anywhere with it. That's the difference, right? Like that's the disconnect. So we got a press conference today. Joshua shows up with nothing to say, with nothing to do. And Fury's there. And you must understand, this is Francis and Joshua at the table. They're supposed to be going at each other. In typical and predictable fashion, they're not. It's a dud. Like, they don't have any understanding of why they're there. They don't have any respect for all of the people that brought them there. From the airline tickets to the hotel to the people that drove them there, to the people that set up the cameras, to the people that are going to distribute it, to the people that walked them on stage and told them where to go, to the people that set up the microphones and the name tags, for goodness sake, like they actually don't have any respect and or appreciation for that. Okay, great. That's fine. Because the cameras are still there. So now, if you're a smart carny, like the Furies are, you realize you can steal the shine. You can steal everything here. And the number one thing to get the number one headline at any press conference is the single greatest line. It's not the biggest fight. It's not the dirtiest. It's not the meanest. It's not the cleverest. It's whatever turns out to be the best. It could be a dud. If everything else is worse, you get the headlines. So Fury, in typical fashion, sits in the front row and interrupts the press conference. Now, they get all the attention to Fury. It's exactly as he had planned. And Francis Ngannou told Fury one of the most chilling lines I have ever heard. And the reason it was chilling is it was true and it was authentic. Francis was annoyed and he was upset with Fury. And Francis told Fury, and I am paraphrasing, but he told him with a look in his eye and a tone in his voice that I've never seen from Francis. He was genuinely angry. And he told Fury, make sure you understand, you are protected by the rules of boxing. When you and I box, it's competitive because of the rules of boxing. If we're ever not boxing and you upset me, you better be at least 5 meters away because I will finish you like that. Now, that is not verbatim, but I am damn close. And the reason that worked is because how real and authentic it was. So many guys go to a press conference, even the smart marks that watch guys like Chael P, and they show up with something to say, but they show up and they present it like it's canned because they're not great performers. And as soon as the audience catches on that you had prepared that statement, it's out the window. This was real. Fury interrupted the press conference. Fury tried to steal the shine. Francis didn't like it. Francis didn't want to be up there with Joshua in the first place. He wanted to be up there with Fury. Fury showed up, but he was in the wrong seat, which was the front row as opposed to opposite to him, and Francis spoke from the heart. And you should have seen the look on Fury's face. I mean, these guys fought for the baddest man on the planet title, right? Now, that's not one that we, the audience, went along with, but I'm just discussing for you. Fury is officially, per their agreement, the baddest man on the planet, except he's not. Francis is. So when Francis said this line, the look on Fury's face, and it only lasted for half a second. Do you ever want to know what somebody really thinks about you? Do you want to really know? If you haven't seen that person for a while, come up and catch that person off guard when you say hello. You come up, you pat them on the back from behind, you go up, you say hello, you walk, hey, Claire, it's me, Chael. For an instant, Claire's face, when she does the math, when she connects the dots of who Chael is, how I know him, for a half a second, Claire's face will show me what she really thinks about me. And then she will correct it, and then she will tell me how nice it is to see me, and we will go from there. But you will have that one brief moment. And that one brief moment of how Fury felt when he computed the math of how a street fight with Francis would go. It was awesome. It was an awesome and authentic moment. And you don't get many of them in the sport. It was a bit of a treat.